Hello everyone, welcome to episode 8 of the Rory McIlroy PGA Tour career mode with our golfer Toby Jones. And today it's time for episode 8, not episode 7, not episode 6. And I did say in the last episode that it was episode 5 and 6, but actually it was 6 and 7, so I did get that wrong. But today we've got episode 8 and episode 9, but obviously this episode still will be episode 8. I'll be recording episode 9 shortly, which will be coming out later for you, but you guys don't need to know about that. But today we're playing the Arnold Palmer Invitational, a really big event, so I'd probably say the big event of the year so far. Obviously apart from the tour.com web tour, whatever it's called, to get into the PGA Tour. We've got some new attribute bonuses. We've got, if we go into Precision 1, we've got Pure Stroke, actually, that's the only one. Do we go for that? I'm quite happy with Finesse and Position, to be honest, to me at the moment. Is there anything we really need to improve on? Probably Recovery's not brilliant, but at the moment I think we'll keep it as it is for the Arnold Palmer Invitational. I just realised that we haven't put the rounds on short rounds, because of course in this series we have 3 short rounds to start each tournament, and the final round is a full round of the tournament. So we're going to go back just quickly and put the career history on and get the round type on quick. But while I do all that nonsense, I'll see you at the first hole or wherever we are at the start of the first round of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Here we are then in Orlando for the 4th hole on this first round. It's our first round, as I've just said, and we're on even par at the moment, so let's see if we can get a few shots up from that. Now, it was quite nice the other day, actually. I just played a nice round of golf with my other golfer, obviously not interfering with anything that's going on in this series, playing with my other golfer and just not having any music on in the background or anything, just having the commentators up really loud. And actually, it was really nice because I quite like the commentators on this game. They've got quite an, I can't really know how to say it, but they're very good commentators, that's what I'm trying to say. And it's just nice to listen to them sometimes. And actually what I've worked out that during these videos, it's not so bad that I have pauses in commentary sometimes, because the commentators make up for it. And it's quite a nice combination between myself, Frank Nobilo, and whatever the other guy's called. But I always remember Frank Nobilo for some odd reason. We've had 2 shots here. We're going for eagle. I very much doubt we're going to get it. The wind's not too bad, but it's not too brilliant either. And that was quite awful in the end, to be honest. We very much misjudged that. It's in the rough, and hopefully we can get this one onto the green. Oh, don't get too much. That's actually not too bad in the end. Also, we couldn't get it in the hole for birdie, but this should be a par to start off our round. Haven't played the game again for a few days, so a bit rusty in terms of that. So hopefully this one should be okay, and it is. It's a decent putt in the hole for a par at the 4th, and now we move on to the 5th. Luke Donald, blimey, that's a name from the past I remember. About 2011, 2012, I used to watch golf quite a lot. I remember Luke Donald and Lee Westwood were the top 2 in the standings for quite a bit. Never mind Rory McIlroy, etc. But now, obviously, Luke Donald not really in the picture at all. I haven't heard of him, really, until now, to be honest. So that's quite a pleasant surprise to hear from someone I have heard of for a while. It's a good first shot, though, off the tee. 272 yards off the tee. The wind coming back towards, which actually isn't too bad, to be honest, so I'm quite happy with that. Hit it a bit further than the hole with a 52 wedge. We'll go 122 yards, which is the full extent of the club, just so we can risk any short swings, etc, etc. And that is a decent swing. Maybe it could have done with bouncing a little bit more, and maybe we could have hit it a little bit more, but that's a decent position in which we can go for this birdie. 13 foot away then from the hole. I'm going to have to curve it to the left a little bit here. Probably bring it back a little bit, just in case. They are quite nasty, these ones are. Oh, lovely. Lovely shot, lovely stuff. Curved right into the hole, and now we have started our little process here. We're 1 under par. And in the last tournament, we got very close to winning it. It'd be quite nice to get close again here. But in my opinion, we can win the odd tournament. It's not like we're dominating, but as I've just said, as long as we're not, this is a tricky one actually. If we're going to have to go there. We don't want to take too many risks just in case it falls in the water. But we don't want to be dominating tournaments. But if we win tournaments by, say, a shot or 2, it's not exactly like we're dominating, is it? So I'm quite content with that. Now, 359 yards is quite misconceived, because as you can see, it turns to effectively a 500 yarder because you're trying to get it over the water on 2 occasions. We should be able to get it in fine now. Full swing. Is that over the water? It's not. Oh dear. We've made a right hash of that. Let's go with the point of entry. We're going to lose 2 shots there. So I think we're going to be on the 4th shot now. Yeah, we are. Right. We're just going to have to hit it a lot harder. You know, a lot further than we had to. We might have to just take the fact that we might lose a shot here. This is close again, you know. Oh, that was so close. But luckily we're on this time on the first cut. And that wind's having quite a harrowing effect at this hole. So let's try and chip this one into par. It's not something I very much doubt we're going to do. But you never know. Quite close to the hole, but not close enough in the end. And we're going to have to settle for a bogey, which is unfortunate, really. A bit of inconsistency in these first two holes. Obviously a birdie. Well, actually the three holes are a par, a birdie, then a bogey. Not really the way I wanted to start this, to be honest. But, of course, after those very varying shots, we're back on even par. So, it really doesn't matter. We haven't really had much effect with that bogey. Just as long as we don't have too many of those types of holes, we should be alright. But it's a par 3 here. Wind coming forward this time, so we don't want to hit it too hard. Oh, that's a nasty shot already, I can tell. We've gone too far to the left with our swing. I should have really just backed out of that. But that one is in the rough. Deary me.
Next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is what we're going to see exactly.
Right, we're going to hit this one from the rough. It's coming down a bit, so I might just put it nice and short of the hole. Let's just go a bit right, shall we? Try that. If we can get the stick to work. That ain't half bad. It's not the best, but it's not half bad at the same time. I'll take that. That should be a nice, straight slot in for a par. Here we go, but still uneven par after the 7th. That's a good start to the first round. I'm getting nice and comfortable with the course, and this isn't going too bad. Not too bad at all. 7 holes in, and here we go. Wind coming back towards us though on the 8th hole. Just very aware of that tree on the right that could make it a little bit awkward, but I don't think it's going to make it awkward. We've got it in the middle of those two trees. The wind coming back towards us, so our drive isn't going to be the best, but it's going to go considerable, but about 270 yards, which isn't too bad at all, to be honest. So I think we'll take that. And our golfer seems to be fairly happy with that one. Right then, so we'll hit it 100. We'll go forward a club actually, and we'll get slightly to the left just to cover for the wind. Doesn't particularly matter if we're still a little bit to the left. But this looks good to me. Maybe overshot it just a tad, but hopefully it doesn't bounce. And it hasn't. Oh, it has bounced. See, when you don't want it to bounce, it does, and when you do, it doesn't. But I'm guessing that's probably because it arrives at the green with a bit more pace. But this is going downhill, so we shouldn't have to put it forward too much. And there we go, a lovely birdie. So just a summary: par, birdie, bogey, par, birdie. Oh dear, what a bunch of holes we've got here. But this is the last hole, 479 yards. Got to aim this right to the left because we have got quite a strong wind, but you can guarantee it won't affect us this time, of course. And again, it doesn't. That's really annoying. It's in the bunker. Sometimes I don't quite get the wind on this game, but, you know, ho hum. Right, so we're going to aim it right on that side. And, yeah, let's see how we get on. About 210 yards away from the hole. Oh! Bottoms. We're in the bunker again. So I feel like this one's probably going to end with a par, at most, here. Certainly not going to get a birdie, I wouldn't think, out of this. Don't know though. No, that's not close enough. But it's a decent wedge from the bunker, and we can go for par with that one quite easily. There you go. It's nice and straight put, and we can move on to the second round. 1 up, and that for me is a good achievement. There you go. The animal there. What is it? Is it a deer? Is it a moose? I don't quite know. Luke Donald, though, 8 under par. We're nowhere near him. How are we going to get on in terms of what's being simulated? Hopefully we're not back on even par. That'd be quite funny. Let's have a look how we're doing. Simulating based on attributes. And we're still 1 under at the end of the day. 71 shots. So it looks like we're pretty much parred the rest of the day. And anyway, after that decent first round, let's see if we can pull up any punches in the second round. Let's go to it, baby. Here we are then at the 10th hole. The 10th hole of the... I was going to say the Augusta National then, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. I don't quite know where that came from. But 4 holes left. We're straight on the cut line. I can't believe the cut line is only 1 under. But we're going to have to book our ideas up a little bit here. Because I do feel like in the last tournament that whilst we had a real good last round push, that we didn't really do as much as we could have done in those first 3 rounds to help us, because we were 2 or 3 shots away in the end. But our golf seems particularly happy with that, with his new white strip for the day. I haven't really done any outfit work or anything like that, but we will get to that later on in the series. I'm sure that's quite a poor swing. That could end up in the bunker, but no, we're all right. Just going to go downhill, probably just roll a little bit downhill. Not too bad. I'm happy with that. Right, okay, let's get this one on the green. Another short swing again. I don't quite know what's going on, but that has probably helped us. We're very close to the hole. And yeah, here comes an easy 5-foot putt for another par. Par. P-A-R is how you spell it. 13 under now. Wow. I think it's fairly sure we ain't going to win this one, folks. Jeepers. Good full swing. See, that... How can it glide to the right if the wind's going to the left? I don't get that at all. How odd. By the way, I just want to apologise. I've got my fan on in the background, so if it does sort of inhibit anybody's viewing experience or sound experience, if you like, I do apologise for that. But it's pretty warm today, so I didn't really fancy doing this without the fan on. But again, we've got to put it in the bunker. Just so I was saying, well, you know, we bugger it up sometimes. We don't do well enough, but again, par, and that's not really what we need. We need at least one birdie just to make sure we do make that cut line. But more importantly, of course, at these par holes, we want to make sure we don't drop shots, because that makes it even harder for us then, and then there's a risk we definitely won't make the cut. So, interesting stuff, but at least we were keeping it consistent at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Of course, one of the best golfers of all time. Not talking about me, I'm talking about Arnold Palmer, just in case anyone was confused by that at all. Good tee shot though again here. Going to carry about 260 yards, in fact exactly 260 yards. And it's gone just shy, very just shy of 280. Let's go with the drive then. Let's see if we can get it on the green in 2. I doubt we can. I feel like we've just made a mistake, because that one could be going in the bunker. Go on, go to the right a little bit. To the right. We've got away with that. The rough slowed it down a bit, but it doesn't really matter too much. We ain't going to get it on the green in 2, but that's a nice wedge onto the green. And should be, hopefully, a putt for birdie.
That one is in the bunker.
I'll tell you what, I'm too cautious with these shots. I always think I've got to bring it back too much. But we've been in the bunker again here, and that's really annoying me. Oh, here we go. No, we're not. We're going to drop a shot here.
That went sideways. Just trying to make clean contact.
Dear. Come on. Oh, we're going to get a bogey.
Well, that's what the great ones do.
And the pressure's really on now, because we have to get at least a birdie at the next to make sure we make the cut. That's quite a frightening concept. We're even par now, and we might not make the cut for the Arnold Palmer Invitational, which really hurt our chances, to be honest. But it is a par 3. Sorry, a par 4. So we have got a chance of making a birdie. We just need to really focus and not muck this up. I think we should be alright. We're in no danger of getting in that water, so that's not a danger to us at all. But there you go. Last hole. Cut line 1 under. We have to get a birdie here. So this next shot is crucial. Right, let's focus a bit. Push it forward. 115, that'll do. Put it to the right a little bit. Right, it's definitely on the green. We're not in the water. That's fine. We're safe. Stay. Stop. Oh, lovely. Sometimes, you know, sometimes we just do it. That's a birdie, and we have made the cut, I believe now, for the next round. That's absolutely fantastic, and I'll see you guys on that 3rd round. The good news is we've made the cut. The bad news is that there's only 4 holes today. Real shame, isn't it? Come on. Probably hit that a bit too much, but the wind was coming back. I thought it wouldn't bounce as much as that. Oh dear. Not the best starts to our 3rd round. Right, we're going to have to bring this one back to us now. Maybe not that much, maybe 3 foot. Let's see how we get on. Whoa, what a shot. What a putt. And it's birdie, ladies and gentlemen, for the first of our shots in the 3rd round. As I said earlier on, we need to be doing something in these first 3 rounds to make sure we can compete in the final round.
Another hole that suits the long hitter, Rich.
We're not too brilliant here. Well, I think it was coming back to us last time, so it's actually a lot better than it was. But 1 mile an hour forward and slightly east, it's not really anything, to be honest. And we've carried it, what, 2 or 3 yards more than it did the first time, but really, it ain't going to make a difference. Right, let's bring this back a few yards. 6 yards. I think that's about fair enough. Short swing as well. Nah, we could have really done with a full swing, to be honest. Because I feel like that would have been really close to the hole if we'd have brought that with a full swing. Maybe too close to the hole, but I have to pull this one up a little bit because we're going upwards. Let's try about 4 foot, let's say. Oh, it's a short swing. I don't think that's going to matter, though. It's another birdie. There we go, 3 under. We've got some real momentum going now. Can we challenge the top guys? Come on, Jonesy. Come on, lad. Here we are then at the 9th, making sure we don't make the same mistake again that we did at the last round. Quite like that you get to replay the same holes on at least 2 of the rounds because you get familiar with them, but obviously that doesn't help you on the last round because then you're playing stuff, you know, that you don't really know what you're doing with.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be.
A little bit of a wink there from our man, and if that was a little not a glitch, but whether it was just a awkward moment to press play or whatever it was, but a bit of cheekiness from our chap, and I like it. Cheeky chappy. He's happy again. Can we get 3 birdies in a row? This one looks pretty good to me. Right, let's hit that one slightly to the right. Not too much, though. Give it a bit of oomph. It's in again. Nothing's impossible here, ladies and gentlemen. We're up to 23rd. We were 82nd at the end of the last round or something like that. So a few shots can really make the difference.
Performance on the front side,
right.
But Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself.
How's that one looking off the tee? Should easily go in the fairway. I don't think there's anything stopping that. It's quite close to that first cut though, but luckily not too far.
Looks to be a good setup.
That's quite decent to me. Oh, the golf doesn't seem to think so, but I think it's alright. Let's try that one. Let's try it. Ah, we've been too conservative again. We're not very good when the wind's not going over either way. It's just going to the right. So we're getting sort of the angle right because we're pretty, I'd say, pretty head on with the hole. But we're not getting the amount of power right, which we need. So I doubt it's going to be 4 birdies in a row, but you never know. We can do this, can't we? We can get it if we really want, as Desmond Decker used to sing. Oh, that's so close as well. We're going to have to settle for a par here, but a very good round to lead us into the next round, which will be on Saturday's episode. What's happening on Saturday? I don't really think anything's happening on Saturday, is it? No. Canadian Grand Prix qualifying. Zurich, E-Prix. Not anything massive anyway, but I'm sure that doesn't give you guys any excuse not to watch the video on Saturday. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed the first 3 rounds of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. And looking at the last round we played in terms of the 4th round at the last tournament, we can simply do anything. So make sure you tune in on Saturday for that, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys then. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.